of this? Every dream finds its people, and people like you move the world forward.
Mohon maaf untuk semua peserta, pemakalah, dan penulis, silahkan maju ke depan, sebentar lagi acara akan segera dimulai. Kursinya dipenuhi dulu yang bagian depan. Monggo Mas, Mbak, Bapak, Ibu semua.
Recording in progress.
Baik, kepada partisipan, all partisipan untuk bisa duduk dulu, kursi depan yang masih kosong untuk bisa dipenuhi terlebih dahulu, disilakan teman-teman mahasiswa dan juga semua partisipan yang ada di sini, Bapak Ibu peserta seminar. Baik, kami ucapkan terima kasih untuk yang sudah berkenan untuk berpindah tempat duduk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished guests, respected speakers, and esteemed participants. It is with great pleasure that I am Akbar Asari, stand before you as the Master of Ceremony for the 12th International Conference on Engineering, Technology, and Industrial Application and 24th Rekayasa, Aplikasi, Perancangan, dan Industri RAPI 2025, together with my partner, Mentari Putri.
Today promises to be an intellectual stimulating journey, and I am trying to guide you through our comprehensive agenda. Before the conference begins, I will explain the rundown for today's agenda. We will start with Tilawatil Quran by Hanif Nasrullah, the summary of the Quran sessions by Aisyah Salsabila, continued by singing Indonesia Raya Anthem and Sang Surya, the regent by Mutiara Hafid Rashida. And after that, we will be the official opening of the Conference General Chair of ICETIA RAPI 2025 by Rama Rizana, Magister of Science, continued by Vice Rector 1 of Muhammadiyah University of Surakarta, Professor Ikhwan Sila, PhD. The General Chair and Vice Rector 1 will deliver the introductory remarks and officially declare the conference underway.
After the opening panel session and following panel session, we will break for lunch, and the panel session will be start at 1 p.m. And I encourage each and every one of you to actively participate, ask questions, and take full advantage of the wealth of knowledge and expertise present here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, to begin the ceremony with blessings, we will now listen to the recitation of the Holy Quran, held by students of Civil Engineering, Tilawatil Quran by Hanif Nasrullah, and the summary of the Quran recitions by Aisyah Salsabila. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna fi khalqis samawati wal ardi wa ikhtilafil laili wan nahari wal fulki allati tajri fil bahr والفلك التي تجري في البحر بما ينفع الناس وما أنزل الله من السماء من ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وبث فيها من كل دابة دابة وتصريف الرياح والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض لآيات لقوم يعقلون ومن الناس من يتخذ من دون الله أندادا يحبونهم كحب الله والذين آمنوا أشد حبا لله ولو يرى الذين ظلموا إذ يرون العذاب أن القوة لله جميعا وأن الله شديد العذاب صدق الله العظيم.
I seek refuge in Allah from expelled Satan. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Indeed, in the creation of heavens and the earth, the alternation of the day and the night, the ships that sails the sea for the benefit of humanity, the rain sent down by Allah from the skies, reviving the earth after its death, the scattering of all kinds of creatures throughout, the shifting of the winds and the clouds drifting between the heavens and the earth. And all of this are surely signs for people of understanding. Still, there are some who take others as Allah's equal. They love them as they should love Allah, but the true believer loves Allah even more. If only the wrongdoers could see the horrible punishment awaiting them, they would certainly realize that all power belongs to Allah and that Allah is indeed severe in punishment. Allah Almighty speaks the truth. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we are continued by singing our national anthem Indonesia Raya, followed by Sang Surya. The conductor this morning by Mutiara Hafid Rosida. We kindly invite everyone to rise and stand in respect. Thank you so much. Please be seated again.
Ladies and gentlemen, now will be the official opening of the conference. So we would like to invite General Chair of ICETIA RAPI 2025, Mr. Rama Rizana, Magister of Science, to deliver the introductory remarks.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellency, Rector, Vice Rectors, Directors, Deans, distinguished guests, esteemed keynote and invited speakers, respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome all of you to the 12th International Conference on Engineering, Technology and Industrial Applications, or ICETIA, and also the 24th Seminar Rekayasa, Aplikasi, Perancangan, dan Industri, or RAPI WMS. We are deeply grateful to gather distinguished scholars, practitioners, industry leaders, and also students from across the globe, united by a shared commitment to shaping a better future through science, innovation, and collaborations. This year's ICETIA and RAPI theme, Engineering the Future, Sustainable Infrastructure, Energy, and Mobility for Urban Growth, reflects the urgent global challenges that cities around the world are facing. As urban populations continue to expand, the demand for resilient infrastructure, clean and reliable energy, and efficient mobilization becomes more pressing than ever. And our ICETIA's this year's conference aligns strongly with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 7, Affordable and Clean Energy, SDG 9, Industry, Innovations and Infrastructure, and also SDG 12, Responsible Consumptions and Productions. Through this forum, we aim to explore innovative engineering solutions, further interdisciplinary collaborations, and ignite discussions that can inspire sustainable progress for our rapidly changing world. Ladies and gentlemen, today's program would not be possible without the contribution of many dedicated individuals. Allow me to express my deepest appreciation to all our keynote and invited speakers who have generously shared their time, expertise, and insight with us. Your contributions significantly enrich the intellectual depth and global relevance of the conference. In the first keynote speaker, thank you Prof. Sami Alferik, the Director of Interdisciplinary Research Center for Smart Mobility and Logistics at King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals KVPM Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And second one, Dr. Babang Trigunarsyah, the Associate Professor at the School of Property, Construction and Project Management at RMIT University, Australia. And the third keynote speaker is Dr. Fajar Suryawan, Associate Professor at the Department of Electrical Engineering, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Surakarta, Indonesia. And also our invited speakers, Prof. Abdullah Said Karban from Qura University, Saudi Arabia, Dr. Sharifah Saun from University Tun Hussein On, UTHM Malaysia, Profesor Insinyur Sulistio, MT PhD from Universitas Diponegoro, Indonesia, and Mr. Anas Aswad, MT from Islamic University of Gaza, Palestine. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to the entire organizing committee, whose hard work, perseverance, and commitment have made this conference a reality. From planning to coordinations, from logistics to scientific review, your efforts reflect the spirit of collaboration and excellence that ICETIA stands for. And to all participants, whether you are presenting your research, engaging in discussions, or simply expanding your knowledge, both in person and virtually, I thank you for being part of ICETIA 2025. Your presence demonstrates your dedications to for the betterment of society. And may this conference serve as a platform for meaningful exchanges, new partnership, and transformative ideas. And to conclude, I hope that the ICETIA and RAPI 2025 will inspire us to think boldly, innovate responsibly, and work together in shaping sustainable infrastructure for generations to come. And I wish you a productive, enlightening, and enjoyable conference. And sorry for not meeting you in persons. And thank you very much. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Rama. Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite Vice Rector 1 of Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta to deliver welcoming remarks. Please welcome Professor Ikhwan Susila, PhD.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning everyone. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Profesor Muhammad Solikin, the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta. Mr. Rama Rizana, he already in Taiwan, I think. And Mrs. Umi Fadilah, PhD, for the chairman of this conference, and also Professor Sarjito for the chairman of the International Summit on Science, Technology, and Humanity Conference. Honorable speaker, distinguished guests, and respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, all thanks and praise are due to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful, for His mercy and His blessing that enable us to gather here at the 12th International Conference on Engineering, Technology, and Industrial Application 2025. On behalf of the Rector of Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our honorable speaker, Professor Sami El-Farik, from King Fahd University of Petroleum and Mineral, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She unfortunately not able to come in person because she is still in Saudi Arabia. We hope that she got healthy. And also Associate Professor Dr. Bambang Tri Gunarsah, thank you for coming from MIT Australia. MIT University Australia, and also Associate Professor Dr. Fajar Suryawan from Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta. As well as all participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and honor to our community for hosting this international conference in line with our acceleration toward becoming a world-class university by 2029, inshallah. OMS with approximately 40,000 students, 12 different faculty, and also 18 study program, is currently one of the leading university internationally recognized. So among this faculty, the Faculty of Engineering currently has 6 departments and have 100% excellent national accreditation, and also from the international accreditation. So congratulations to Fakultas of Engineering. We also rank as the best Islamic university in Indonesia according to Time Higher Education World University Ranking 2026. So we are proud of this achievement, I think. So today we gather to shape the city of tomorrow. And as our urban population grow, the need of the sustainable infrastructure, energy, mobility solution become increasingly urgent, and also the climate change, resource scarcity, and social and equality demand, that we rethink traditional approaches to urban development. We are here to explore cutting-edge technology, share best practices, and collaborate on solutions that balance economic growth with the environmental stewardship and social equity. From renewable energy and green transportation to smart building and also resilient infrastructure, that possibility are vast. So the idea acting today will directly influence also to our curricula, inspiring the new research initiative, equip all us to mindset needed to navigate and shape the future global landscape. The paper presented in this conference are rich in content and also cover a broad range of subjects within engineering and also environmental science. So I believe that they will provide valuable insight for further development, both in our country and globally. So in this occasion, I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to the committee whose work very hard and dedication have made this conference possible. Once again, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you, and I wish you an enjoyable and fruitful conference. Let's harness the power of engineering to create thriving, livable city that benefit both people and our planet. Welcome to Engineering the Future, Sustainable Infrastructure, Energy, and Mobility for Urban Growth. Finally, let us open this 12th International Conference on Engineering, Technology, and Industrial Application 2025, hosted by the Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Surakarta, by reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nasrun minallah wa fatkun qarib wa basyiril mu'minin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof. Iwan Susila. And would you please to get photo session? And I will invite to Dean of Faculty Engineering and the speakers to photo session. And photographer, please take the photo.
We will now proceed with the presentation of souvenir. Therefore, we kindly invite the committee to present the souvenir to Mr. Bambang Trigunarsyah, PhD, and Mr. Fajar Suryawan, PhD. Souvenirs will be given by Professor Ikhwan Susila, PhD.
And to Mr. Fajar, also receive the souvenirs from Mr. Iwan as Vice Rectorman. Okay, we would like to invite to all participants, please stand up and we get a photo session. Prof. Iwan, once again, photo with all participants in this room. Okay, and photographer from the front of us. Okay, everyone please stand up and we've got the photo with Vice Rector 1. Okay, Lukman, would you please to give a sign if you're ready to take a picture? Sign U, UMS. All right, thank you so much to all of you, to all participants. Please, Mentari.
After the opening of the conference, we will take a short break for coffee for 15 minutes until 9:15. This is an excellent opportunity for networking and informal discussions. After that, we will continue to the first panel sessions scheduled from 9:15 to 10:14. So please enjoy the break time. You may bring it to the room.
Okay, please, to all participants can take a coffee break, and maybe you may bring it into the room, and we've got 15 minutes to coffee break to enjoy the tea or coffee, and you may bring your coffee or tea and meals bring into the room. And this is an excellent opportunity for networking and informal discussion, as long as you enjoy the break time. Yeah. Oke, baik. Silakan teman-teman untuk bisa mengambil kopi dan teh dan snacknya untuk dibawa masuk ke sini ya. Dibawa aja masuk ke dalam. Nanti kita untuk lanjut sesi pertama. Nanti ada moderator kita yang sudah bersiap.
Guys, I got it. Your future. Start here. From one step forward, our work opens wide.
beyond excellence.
To be here is to be among the world's best.
Welcome to Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, where a generation of dreamers have turned ambition into action. Since 1958, we've been more than a university. We're a launchpad for extraordinary futures. Our roots run deep, our legacy stands strong. Each of us dreams hard and studies harder. Every conversation brings us closer to the kind of future we want to build. We begin with curiosity, a question, a reaction, a pattern waiting to be understood. Then we turn that curiosity into our passion, the passion to seek beyond the obvious. What do you see?
I see possibilities everywhere.
The work may be complex, got your hands trembling, your tools wobble, your focus locks in. But through it all, we craft the smiles of the future. Can you solve what others couldn't?
Watch us engineer the impossible.
Every project starts somewhere small, but it's always building towards something massive. Systems that power progress, engines that move communities, and dreams that become landmarks.
K300 by 200 nih.
Pakai K300.
Oke.
Welcome to the Maker's Playground.
Oh, something breaks? Awesome! Now we know how to make it stronger. Build, test, fail, learn, repeat. That's how we do it. We lay foundations that matter. We work in steel and stone, in numbers that never lie. At UMS, science is practiced, tested, and lived. We learn how to care when it matters most, how to make the right call under pressure, and to push forward when answers stay hidden. What do you hear?
I hear tomorrow calling.
Because what starts in our labs today becomes the breakthrough that changes lives tomorrow. And it all started with someone curious enough to ask why.
Someone like you.
You don't build impact overnight. It takes curiosity, courage, and a whole lot of error.
Wins, fails, breakthroughs, it's all part of the ride. And we wouldn't trade it for anything. Because nothing hits harder than learning from someone who once sat in the same seat.
Oke teman-teman, jadi untuk menjadi seorang yang sukses, kita harus mempunyai pemikiran-pemikiran yang positif dari lingkungan, dari teman-teman untuk memudahkan kita untuk mencapai cita-cita. Oke? Oke.
This is where life gets louder. Stepping out of your comfort zone, finding out what you're really made of, because growth lives in the in-between. Between effort and triumph, between failure and the next try. In that breath, before you go again, you are a game changer. Whatever drives you, that's a place to grow.
Hey, fight the bow.
For you to become truly you.
Apabila mim sukun bertemu dengan huruf mim dibaca samar dan juga didengungkan. Paham semua?
Time to explore tradition that still whispers. Wandering through history after history. Experiencing the heritage. Let the city mark you, change you, stay with you long after you leave.
This isn't just culture, it's a vibe.
Where else can you experience all of this? Every dream finds its people, and people like you move the world forward.
Guys, I got it. Your future. Start here.
From one step forward, a work opens wide.
Oke, informasi untuk para peserta seminar yang berada di Auditorium Djazman Muhammadiyah Surakarta untuk bisa membawa kopi ataupun teh ke dalam ruangan. Jam 9.10 akan kita mulai lagi untuk first panel session. Jadi untuk para peserta yang berada di Auditorium Djazman untuk bisa membawa kopi ataupun tehnya dan juga snack ke dalam ruangan. Jam 9.10 kita akan memulai lagi. 2 menit lagi kita akan memulai for the first panel session. Thank you.
Since 1958, we've been more than a university. We're a launchpad for extraordinary futures. Our roots run deep, our legacy stands strong. Each of us dreams hard and studies harder. Every conversation brings us closer to the kind of future we want to build. We begin with curiosity, a question, a reaction, a pattern waiting to be understood. Then we turn that curiosity into our passion, the passion to seek beyond the obvious. What do you see?
I see possibilities everywhere.
The work may be complex, got your hands trembling, your tools wobble, your focus locks in. But through it all, we craft the smiles of the future. Can you solve what others couldn't?
Watch us engineer the impossible.
Every project starts somewhere small, but it's always building towards something massive. Systems that power progress, engines that move communities, and dreams that become landmarks.
K300 Pak 200 nih.
Pakai K300.
Oke.
Welcome to the Maker's Playground.
Oh, something breaks? Awesome. Now we know how to make it stronger. Build, test, fail, learn, repeat. That's how we do it. We lay foundations that matter. We work in steel and stone, in numbers that never lie. At UMS, science is practiced, tested, and lived. We learn how to care when it matters most, how to make the right call under pressure, and to push forward when answers stay hidden. What do you hear?
I hear tomorrow calling.
Because what starts in our labs today becomes the breakthrough that changes lives tomorrow. And it all started with someone curious enough to ask why.
Someone like you.
You don't build impact overnight. It takes curiosity, courage, and a whole lot of error.
Wins, fails, breakthroughs, it's all part of the ride. And we wouldn't trade it for anything. Because nothing hits harder than learning from someone who once sat in the same seat.
Oke teman-teman, jadi untuk menjadi seorang yang sukses kita harus mempunyai pemikiran-pemikiran
and to come to the room and we start for the first panel session 1. And we will continue to the first panel session scheduled from 9:10 to 10:25. And we are honored to have two distinguished speakers with us in the morning. First, from 9:10 to 9:30, we will have the privilege of hearing from Mr. Bambang Trigunarsya, PhD. His expertise and insights are sure to pave the way for intelligent discussion.
Following this, from 9:30 to 9:55, Mr. Fajar Suryawan, PhD, will share valuable perspective on our conference theme. At 9:55, we will open the floor for your question and insight during the Q&A session until 10:25. Mrs. Gayuh Aji Prasetyaning Tias, PhD, will be the moderator for the sessions.
Okay, Ms. Gayuh Aji Prasetyaning Tias, Research Area of Interest, Geotechnical Engineering, Foundation Model, Landslide, Slope Stability, Bioengineering, Climate Change, Unsaturated Soil, and Formal Education, Bachelor Engineering in Civil Engineering Brawijaya University Indonesia, Master of Engineering in Geotechnical Engineering UGM Indonesia, and PhD of Civil Engineering Chulalongkorn University Thailand. And working and volunteer experience 2023, now Chief Editor of Dinamika Teknik Sipil Journal Sinta 4. Kemudian 2022 lecturer in Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta till now. Kemudian 2016-2018 engineer in Crisis Center Division, the Ministry of Public Work and Housing Indonesia, involved in field assessment and numerical modeling for disaster. 2020 research visitor, Geotechnical Centrifuge Facility, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Research project 2025 right now, project description, sustainable slope infrastructure through recycled styrofoam sub-drainage, multifunction approach to landslide risk reduction, and funded by Collaborative Research and Innovation Fund, Nottingham University of Malaysia. 2025 till now, water system management for landslide mitigation in Lawu Mountainous Slope, Central Java, Muhammadiyah Organization, Risetmu 2025. 2025 right now, prototype of sub-drainage based on textile waste material, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of Indonesia. 2023, raw betonite replacement using waste material building to prevent borehole rupture, foundation stability. Muhammadiyah Organization, Risetmu and Ministry of Education. And a lot of selected publication and patents. Okay, and one of that I want to read is 2025 performed sub-drainage tube system interlacing recycled textile waste and coconut fiber. Type journal Indonesian patent, register number S0020250474. And award and achievement 2025, Grand CRF Nottingham University of Malaysia lead grant. Okay, so please welcome, this is Ms. Gayuh Aji Prasetyaning Tias, PhD as moderator, and welcome to our speaker for the first panel.
Okay, thank you very much for Mr. Azhar. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the plenary keynote session of ICETIA 2025. My name is Kayaji Prasyaning Tias, and it is my pleasure to serve you as your moderator today. This morning, we are fortunate to have two outstanding keynote speakers whose expertise and will provide perspective essential for understanding future and infrastructure development. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our keynote speakers, Associate Professor Bambang Tri Gunarsyah, School of Property Constructions and Project Management, RMIT, Australia. Please welcome. And the second keynote speakers in this session is Associate Professor Fajar Suryawan, Department of Electrical Engineering, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Surakarta. We kindly invite you both on the stage. Okay, before we move further, please allow me to read the keynote speaker curriculum vitae. So, Pak Bambang Tri Gunarsyah gained her bachelor degree from Colorado School of Mines, it's USA, and then he continued to master degree in construction management in University of Indonesia and PhD in engineering project management in the University of Melbourne, Australia, and in 2002. And he was very outstanding student because in 2003, he was outstanding academic, Faculty of Engineering, University of Indonesia, and also 2005 got the same outstanding academic from Faculty of Engineering, University of Indonesia. He has academic and industry experience in project management, RMIT, from 2018 until now, and then Associate Professor Constructions, Engineering and Management in King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals, Saudi Arabia. And then he was a young Associate Professor Project Management in Queensland University of Technology, Australia. And then I will continue with the CV of Pak Fajar Suryawan. He graduated from Universitas Gadjah Mada for his bachelor degree and then continued his master in University of Newcastle, Australia in electrical engineering, control and signal processing, and he gained his PhD in University of Newcastle, Australia. Now he is a lecturer of electrical engineering in UMS from 2002. Okay, thank you very much for Pak Bambang and Pak Fajar. Before we start, I think we need to warm up the atmosphere first. So I would like to ask you a quick question, like in your experience for traveling and conference, is there any city that left a strong impression in your heart until now?
That's a difficult one. Yeah. Probably something that different is visiting when I attended what it's called construction CIB World Congress in Tampere, Finland. Is interesting because it's the summer, right, in Finland. So midnight at 12 a.m. it's just like Maghrib time in here. So Isha time is almost 1 a.m. Subuh time is just not long after that.
Okay.
Yeah, so seems like there is no kind of like very dark thing. So
you can combine tahajud and subuh at the same time. It's very effective. Yeah.
Yeah. The good thing at that time is that I went there just before Ramadan, so I don't have to fast. Yeah. So I think that's probably just more about the different kind of experience.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now, how about you, Pak Fajar?
Okay, thank you very much.
my experience in a conference, I think my first conference after PhD, that was quite impressive in Morocco. It was like a cultural city in Marrakesh. So you arrive at Casablanca. It's like a romantic thing to say, Casablanca, and then you travel by air or you can travel by train, and there you can experience like the kind of antique or like from the past, like the souk, the pasar, the market is just like you see in what you call it in that movie, the Disney Princess 1001 Night, something like that, and you experience like a Islamic culture that's different from Indonesia. They have this way of doing things, that way of doing things, and things like that. Okay, one experience, quite not really pleasant experience, is that when I was looking for dinner, and then I go there, and then I ate my dinner, and then the warung, he charged me quite heavily. Oh my God, I'm a tourist here. And
so how many times you pray in there? Maybe 10 times? Because it feels like Islamic and you want to always pray.
Yeah. Well, only one time, that one. Okay. And then after that, maybe Malaysia, that was one. Okay. I think that's all. Yeah.
Great. I think having a different nuance from our daily life is quite different, or sometimes difficult, but it's sometimes unique for us. Thank you very much for Pak Bambang and Pak Fajar for your experience sharing. Now we will now proceed to the technical presentation. The sequence will be as follow. The first is keynote presentation from Associate Professor Bambang Trigunarsah, and then followed by Associate Professor Fajar Suryawan, and then for the last session we will have Q&A. And to be noted, we will choose 3 best questions, and we have souvenir for the 3 best audience. So don't miss it. And I think their lecture today will be very interesting and good for us. For your information, you have 20 minutes each. So from the committee just now, they informed me that 20 minutes. Okay, thank you very much. Now our first keynote presentation is delivered by Associate Professor Bambang Trigunarsah, entitled Front-End Planning Equality at Entry for Infrastructure Project Delivery. Pak Bambang, the floor is yours.
Nah ini untuk memindahkannya siapa ya? Ada operator. Dari sana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Good morning. Selamat pagi. First of all, I would like to thank University of Muhammadiyah Surakarta for inviting me to talk about related things about infrastructure. So the topic that I want to talk is about the front-end planning. Yeah, this is an important part in delivering a project. Yeah, to ensure that the project we deliver will meet what is required to fulfill. Yeah. Okay. So next, please. So I'll start with some description or explanations about the project deliveries, infrastructure project deliveries. Then I will continue with the explanation in what is front-end planning, how and why it's important. And then I will share briefly about a current project or research that we are doing, yeah, in terms of the international project development. Next, please. So, infrastructure have different definition. Yeah. Some will say it's just about everything in daily life, military installations, hospitals, building, and so on. The development economics will define infrastructure as a social overhead capitals. Yeah? So investment to ensure that structures, institutions, and other available for public to function. So the more definitions or a more comprehensive definition on infrastructure is probably done by Jochimsen in 1996, which defining infrastructure as the sum of all basic material structures, institutional conditions, and human resources available to society needed for the proper function of economic sectors. So all the things, yeah, that the economic can run, that's called infrastructure. So furthermore, yeah, next slide, please. When we talk about physical infrastructures, yeah, we can divide that into social infrastructures such as education facilities like the campus here, yeah, OMS campus, schools, yeah, others, and then health and social infrastructure like hospitals, clinics, sport recreation like stadiums, public administration like firefighters office and so on. And then trade infrastructures when you have factories, warehouse to store materials, offices, commercial offices, shops, yeah, retails, and technical infrastructures such as public work infrastructures like power, waters, utilities, and then transport, yeah, like railways, airports, seaport, yeah, and then sanitary sewage. So that's typically when we talk about infrastructures, we just go directly to this, which is fine, yeah, because that's our domain, yeah. The other, the socials and institutional is more for other stakeholders. So we can focus on these physical infrastructures. Next, please. So the infrastructures development, yeah, start with planning, yeah. So it's the key thing, yeah. Planning is very important, yeah, because that's when we establish the needs, whether we need the infrastructure or not, and then what the objective for that infrastructures. And then we can identify the right project site, yeah? Then applying planning approval and so on, yeah? So then we continue with the design where we kind of like develop the solution for what the need is, yeah? For example, if we say that the traffic jam, yeah, the traffic is become heavier, so the need is probably more road or more public transport, yeah? We need to define it, yeah, and then make decisions. Based on the decision when we make selection further, yeah? So the solution during the design, and then constructions when we organize, we manage resources, yeah, to transform the design into the realities, yeah? From the drawing, yeah, to the physical artifacts. Ini bisa. Ya, nggak bisa. And then once the construction's completed, it is handed over to the operational, yeah, when they will be operate and maintained, so it can function as it's being intended, yeah. Not yet. Just go back. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Just yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So when the infrastructure is all fulfill all the needs, then we have to make decisions whether we redevelop them or remove them. Yeah. So you can build a new one. So that's the phase of development of the infrastructure projects. Next, please. Yeah. So the other important thing, yeah, in project. Sorry. we have to measure the success. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we just measure the success, the project, if it is delivered on time, within budget, and so on. That's not enough. Yeah, you can have the best delivery time, yeah, cost, but you actually build the wrong project. So the key performance measures should be first, we do the right project, yeah, which is the strategic output, whether the project will fulfill, yeah, the needs that be identified, yeah, at the beginning, yeah. What is the value that the infrastructure want to have? So the picture here is a railway infrastructure project in Africa, which the intended use is to connect two cities. So then it's actually can provide, yeah, works for the local peoples, yeah, grow the economic and so on. So you have the value that that's actually being intended for, yeah. And then after the next one is about measuring the delivery aspect of it to make sure that the project, yeah, is being designed, construct, yeah, as efficient as possible. Okay. Right. Next. Yeah. Okay. So to ensure that the project is actually delivery, yeah, better, yeah, to have a better delivery, we need to consider what we call it first constructabilities. Yeah, constructability means we engage, yeah, knowledge and expertise in construction during planning and design. Yeah, yeah, to avoid problems, to enhance kind of like opportunities to improve the construction. Similarly, we also engage people who are responsible in operation and maintenance of the facilities, in this case infrastructures, to ensure that we will deliver, we'll provide, or we build, yeah, the infrastructures that can be operationalized, yeah, in maximum benefit to the user or the peoples. And then the other one is the maintainability, to ensure that, or to bring the experts and the knowledge of maintenance of the facilities, of our infrastructures, during planning and design, or even constructions, to ensure or to enhance, yeah, the performance of the facilities. Next, please. Right. Next, we're gonna talk about the front-end plannings. Next slide, please. Next. Right, so what is front-end planning? Yeah. CII, the Construction Industry Institute in the US, University of Texas, Austin, define front-end planning as the process of developing sufficient strategic information, yeah, strategic, yeah, not a detailed information, strategic information for owners, yeah, to address the risk in having the project delivered, yeah, so they can decide to commit resources, meaning to work on that project, yeah, to maximize the chance become successful, not just during delivery, but when it's already completed, yeah. So from the study by the CIS, this part of the steps or the process can positively impact the capital project performance, which make it very critical and must be performed consistently. Yeah, the project team, yeah, have to ensure that it's performing the right project. Yeah, so the keywords in doing the right project, yeah, and then developing the right work of products and selecting the right approach, yeah, or the most optimum approach, yeah. So again, the right project, developing the right work products, yeah, and selecting the right approach, yeah. So to ensure the successful delivery of the projects. Right, there's different names, so probably people not really familiar with the term front-end planning, but is actually being used, either the whole or the part of it. I mean, some of the terms used like pre-project plannings, feasibility analysis, yeah. That's why we probably heard now when we see an articles about some public mega infrastructure project about their feasibilities and so on. So programmings and conceptual planning. So that's a different names of it, yeah. What is the purpose of it? Yeah, the purpose is to define the scope of a project. Yeah, when we want to deliver a project like infrastructure project, we need to ensure that we know the scope of it. Yeah, so by doing the front end planning, we can define the scope. Yeah, well. Yeah, so we can ensure that we meet the owner objective, what the owner needs, owner expectations within their project requirement, including qualities, times, budgets, safeties, and others, yeah? Why it is important, yeah? If we look at this diagram, it's called influence, cost influence diagrams, yeah? So we look at the right one, yeah? It's called influence, yeah? So at the beginning of projects, the influence, I mean, how we can influence the project is very high, while the projects, yeah, accumulated by the cost accumulated by the project is still low, yeah, because most of the cost is about human resources, yeah. But when we progressing in the project's deliveries, yeah, the ability to influence the project is start decreasing and become less and less, significantly less during the physical works of the projects. Yeah, when the project's cost is getting higher, if we want to change something, the cost of the change can be significant. So that's why it is important that we plan it well, yeah, at the beginning, yeah, so all the things that we need can influence the project. There is a study in I think Sweden or Norwegian, yeah, about what they call it the paradox of front-end plannings. Yeah, what it means by the paradox. Like the first one is the success paradox. So the focus is the success is the project delivery, not the output, whether the output is meeting or not. Yeah, we can argue about, for example, whoosh. Yeah, oh, it's excellent. The quality of the project works. It's good, although the cost and time is not. But the output, is it good? Yeah. It is effective? Yeah. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So that's something that we need to consider long term, unless it is part of the bigger system. And the paradox of significance of the front end management. Yeah. So less resources is assigned to the front end. Yeah. To make a decisions. The paradox of early information overflow. So we try to focus on the detailed things, while yeah, we should actually focus more on the strategic information at the beginning. And then the paradox of unexplored opportunities. So we try to predict things and then provide some information. So we don't explore the opportunity or the option. Yeah, there's probably option. Yeah, including like IKN. Yeah, there's probably another options. Yeah, whether we should have a new capital. Yeah, if it is the right place or different things. Yeah, there should be a lot of opportunity that we can explore. The paradox of strategic alignment. Yeah, we're not considering the alignment of the projects with the needs. Oops, sorry. The next one is the cost estimation paradox. Again, we try to make the cost estimate correct. Yeah, but it's almost impossible at the beginning. Yeah, it's important to understand the scope. Then we develop the cost estimation. Yeah, at the end of the front end planning, then we have a better understanding about the total project of the cost. Yeah, the cost of the projects. The paradox of design analysis and cost benefit. Yeah, people understand it's important, but it's not really pay attention of that. Again, paradox of predict and provide. Paradox of perceived incentive. Sometimes if people's being given something for free, they don't really think about their ownership. So they don't really take care of the facilities. Yeah? So that's what the problem sometimes with the infrastructures. And the paradox of myopic of decisions, meaning focus on detail thing rather than the big pictures. Yeah. So when the front-end plannings, if we look at these simple cycles of the projects, yeah, the first stage is when business plan is being addressed, yeah, identifying the needs, and then if it is identify the needs, then you do the front-end planning, yeah. When the front-end planning completed, you have a defined work package. If not, then you return to the front-end planning to improve it. Yeah. Then you execute the projects and operate them. Yeah. So, what is the process within that in front-end planning? Yeah. We plan for the front end. We select the team. Yeah, that have the right capabilities, RAM expertise related to the projects. Yeah. And then we analyze the technologies that are applicable to the projects, select the site, yeah, see that, evaluate the sites, yeah, do not one, evaluate the sites, and then prepare conceptual scope and estimate, again conceptuals, not detail, yeah, and then evaluate alternatives. So when we do that, then we identify or we select one alternative. When we select the alternative, we continue with the assessing their risk, yeah, as a projects, and then document their scope, what will be included, and then define what execution that we're going to use, whether you're going to use traditional project deliveries like design, bid, and build, or design and build, and so on. Establish project controls and compile the documents. If it is all completed, and then we authorize the projects to make a decision whether it's project should go on or not. Yeah. So that's the front-end process. So I want to share briefly about the project that we are currently doing. Is in the context of international development projects. Yeah. Why? International development project is a project that typically funded by international donor, yeah, like World Bank and so on. In Indonesia, we still have many, yeah, like I think the last one by World Bank's some irrigation project, yeah. The difficulty of it is kind of like the projects can be very messy, yeah, because it's very ambiguous, yeah. It's the needs is probably not defined very clear, yeah. And then it's very dynamic because there is multi-stakeholders involved, yeah, including also the local communities and so on, yeah. So consequently, yeah, many of them fail, yeah, or potentially fail. So we developed some proposed kind of like concept, yeah, what we need to review or look at on the planning of the projects, yeah, before the project should to be executed. Because typically, what means the international development project, yeah, the donor, yeah, will have their own plannings, yeah, then they will approve and so on. So before we go into the detailed design, we should consider or review the relevance of the projects, the effectiveness of the project in terms of addressing the needs, and then the efficiency of the deliveries, the capability of the countries that will develop the projects, and how the project will impact the communities, the societies, and so on. The sustainability of projects, whether there will be, can be operate and used, yeah, and the extent of which the project is designed, implemented, and so on. After we do some interviews with the experts in the area, we modify the models like this, yeah. So the quality of entry, meaning we want to ensure that before the project being detailed design or executes, we ensure that that project will deliver the needs, yeah. So the concept is actually then become more about transformation analysis, yeah, to justification of the projects during the early stage, understanding about what's the project sponsor required, and then developing the integrities, the foundational integrities, and contractual parts. So if we look at more detail, so in ensuring that the project, the international development project can be delivered well, we have to have two things, right? A good or great justification, for project decisions, why the project should be done, and a strategic blueprint, meaning how we should deliver that project, right? So in more detail on that, justifications is more about first the analysis why the transformation is required. For example, we need there is a project about a clean waters. Why it is needed. The analysis being done. The clarity of the project success should be, for example, explained. And then we should develop the ethical standard, including, for example, transparency, accountability, ethical guidelines, corruptions, anti-corruption measures, and so on. And then for the banks, sponsorship, they will look at the policy alignment with the project, and then the soundness, economic soundness of the project. And for the counterpart, we did the host nation, where the project will be delivered. We look at the, we scan all the project environment, like the political aspect of it, the economic aspect, the social aspect, and so on. And then the technical capability or ability of the host country to deliver the project, because if all of being addressed and properly well, then we know that the project is needed and can be done. And the last one, the blueprint. So the blueprint is about developing the foundational integrities, like strategic pre-launch analysis in terms of the clarities of the communications, financial viability, which the project is viable or not, procurement viabilities, whether it can be delivered or procured, good risk assessments, and assessment of long-term viability of the project. And then the operational integrities, the project delivery itself, whether the planning is done well, logistically, providing the right staff, having the appropriate staffings, capacity development if needed, and then adaptive learnings during the process, and technology integrations. And then the contextual analysis, where we try to align the project with local society and cultural context. Whether the project is aligned with the local value, local cultures, so that we need to engage them as part of the stakeholders. And the last one is the integrative synergies, where we try to integrate different elements, which serve as the mechanisms that fuse all groups into a cohesive, balanced, and project model. Like integration of project component, including environmentals and contextuals part, cross-component alignments, and then synergy of strategic initiative. So that some of the probably insight, briefly about the front-end planning, why front-end planning is important for infrastructure project deliveries. So in summary, front-end planning is about performing the right projects, scoping the right works, and setting the stage for a successful execution of projects, while documenting activities in logical and sufficient manners. So I think I can conclude my presentations on that. Thank you.
Big applause for Associated Professor Bambang Trigunarsyah. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Our second keynote speaker is Associate Professor Fajar Suryawan, presenting Engineering the Future Starts with Engineering Talents, why Indonesia's research and higher education system determines our ability to build sustainable infrastructure, energy, and mobility. Pak Fajar, the stage is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, and fellow engineers. It is an honor to join you at ICETIA RAPI 2025, where this year's theme, Engineering the Future, Sustainable Infrastructure, Energy, and Mobility for Urban Growth, reminds us of our shared mission, creating a better, more sustainable Indonesia. When we think about engineering the future, we often imagine the technologies, smart cities, renewable energy systems, electric mobility ecosystems, and resilient infrastructure. But behind every engine system lies something far more fundamental, that is people, the engineers, researchers, and institutions who make innovation possible. So, my central message today is simple. Before Indonesia can engineer its future, it must engineer the ecosystem that empowers the talent who will build that future. Our cities are growing, our energy needs are increasing, our infrastructure is under pressure for climate, population, and technology. We know exactly what we want: cleaner energy, smarter mobility, more resilient infrastructure, cities that serve people, not the other way around. But none of the system can emerge without one essential ingredient, that is the engineering talent. So today, I want to talk about something that is rarely discussed, but profoundly shapes our nation's capacity to innovate. That is the talent management system behind Indonesia's research and higher education. Before we going any further, I need to clarify several things. This presentation could have been technical, discussing cutting-edge technology related to the theme. However, it seems to me that there is a very deep problem in Indonesian research and higher education systems that warrants very serious attention. If we are to engineer the future, that is, I really hope, I decided that instead of discussing higher level research, which I'd love to, we'll be discussing the talent problem, and the AI challenge motivates even more. I really hope that my decision to choose this topic benefit all of us even more. Actually, I'm risking myself here to explain abstract argument instead of technical paper. Apologies to Pak Rama. Why talents matter? Okay, before we move further, the core question is this: can Indonesia build sustainable cities if its talent system, that is all of you, is not designed to produce and empower the engineers and researchers who will build them? Nations that lead in sustainable infrastructure, like advanced energy system, mobility innovation, did not achieve technological excellence by accident. They did it by empowering their universities, attracting global talent, allowing researchers to move freely, creating competitive dynamic institutions, treating talent as a strategic national infrastructure. If Indonesia wants to build the future, we must understand this principle. Engineering breakthroughs do not come from building or budgets. They come from people. The national context. Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world. This is not a joke. So it is number 4 after India, China, United States, and then Indonesia, followed by Pakistan, and so on. By 2045, more than 75% of Indonesians will live in cities. This means our demand for energy, transportation, and infrastructure will more than double. So the real question is not, do we need engineers? But rather, the question is, do we have system capable of assembling and empowering the engineers we need? That is, certainly, we need engineers, but do we have the system that is capable of assembling and empowering them. Let's see the graph here. The fourth most populous country, Indonesia, but some people say it is the biggest irrelevant country that you can see on the map. There is a, is there? Okay. There is a small item on the left that is nuclear capabilities. There are several countries that have nuclear capabilities, this top 10, and there are, and I put there, satellite launching capabilities, Indonesia doesn't have, and Nobel laureates. Surprisingly, when I researched this is quite surprising, that 10 biggest, the most populous country in the world, all of them have Nobel laureates except Indonesia. Quite surprising. Indonesia doesn't have, for top 5, India, China, United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, all of them have these nuclear weapon capabilities except Indonesia. All of them have satellite launching capabilities except Indonesia for top 5. Quite remarkable. Fourth population, most populous country in the world. This is not a joke. A nation of this scale requires world-class infrastructure, energy, and mobility solutions. This means we need a world-class engineering talent. We need world-class engineering talent and a system that allows them to thrive. And this is where the problem begins. Now, let's look honestly at our national research performance across multiple national international indicators. I put here, among countries which have published more than 100,000 articles from 1996 to 2004, ranked by citation. Where is Indonesia? It's actually over there. And the other ASEAN country is over there. In G20 countries, can you guess where is Indonesia? It is over there, okay, from G20. Okay, among countries which have published more than 100,000 articles from 1996 to 2024, ranked by citation per document, and voila, this is Indonesia. And the rest of ASEAN countries is over there. Among countries which have published more than 100,000 articles from 1996 to 2024, ranked by H index, and we have that. Indonesia, even, okay, and of course, there is Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and then Vietnam. Philippines is below us. Indonesia is not underpopulated, but underperforming in knowledge production. To build advanced systems such as sustainable energy grids and urban mobility systems, we need high-impact engineering research, not just publications. The data shows a systematic issue. Our research ecosystem is not producing the engineering breakthrough needed for future cities or for engineering endeavors. It has real engineering implication. Low impact research means fewer innovation in renewable energy technologies. Limited engineering research capacity means slower progress in mobility solutions. Weak institutional competitiveness means fewer breakthrough in materials construction or digital infrastructure. In other words, a weak research ecosystem produces weak engineering outcomes. And any shortcut attempts to improve the index is not a sustainable solution. And this is where the root problem begins. Meanwhile, we have this meme, gaji pokok dosen well, this is not really important, or maybe it is, okay. So this a meme from Indonesian dosen, besi but unproductive, sibuk tapi tidak produktif. When the system forces engineers and lecturers into administrative overload, the nation loses engineering time that should be spent innovating solutions for urban sustainability, for example. But all of this is not a cause. This is only symptoms, I argue. This is not a cause. Finding the problem.
There are many aspects involved in making a country's research and higher education enterprise. Government funding, research grant, teaching quality, remuneration, facilities, number of PhDs, collaboration, and industrial link, and many other things. But one thing stands out when we compare how the system is managed in Indonesia and how it is run in countries with better research and higher education performance. We have brilliant people. We see it wherever Indonesians study abroad, they excel. We see it in Indonesian engineers working internationally. They are outstanding. So the problem is not the people. It is the people around these people. It is the system around these people. And one factor stands out about all others, that is, our talent management is not designed to empower the talent. Talent management is not, it is how you attract, retain, and make the best out of available talents. And this directly fit to engineering innovation. Talent as national infrastructure. We want to attract best brains, okay? It is common in countries and even developing countries that universities or research institutions placing ads of vacant academic position for everyone to apply. Academic, engineers, researchers can move freely between jobs and reaching every party. Institutions actively hunt for talents, especially strategic research in or engineering areas. This fuel innovations in all areas. It is actually just like any other professional jobs, chefs, engineers, accountants, store managers, and so on. They have bargaining power. So, if you met a chef as a hotel, for example, they have bargaining power. They have this thing called like, I cook very well. Then somebody from someone high from another hotel come to me. Can you just go my hotel, be my chef, and I'll pay you 30 million rupiah, for example, monthly. Better than you are now. Well, I'll think about it, for example. It means they have bargaining power, so they can move freely. It doesn't really happen in Indonesia. I mean, in researcher system. But engineers, they do. I mean, for chef, almost anything that is not governed by the government, they have this kind of system, okay? Indonesia lacks this mechanism. I will give you some example. This is global talent strategies. The following examples are not random. They explain why those nations lead in engineering. I will give you Operation Paperclip, H1B, and China's AI STEM technology. Operation Paperclip, you can find in Wikipedia. Operation Paperclip after World War II reshaped the US aerospace and energy landscape by bringing over 1,600 experts from German. So after World War II, the America goes to German, so they kind of kidnap in good words, I mean. Their family is coming there, so they bring over 1,600 people, 1,600 scientists and engineers from German, ex-German, after Hitler, to America to build their rocket technologies, many things, right? Compared to Indonesia. Okay. Operation Paperclip was part of broader strategy by the US to harness German scientific talents in the face of emerging Cold War tension and ensuring this expertise did not fall into the hands of the Soviet Union or other nation. So they have a deliberate attempt to bring bright people to the US. Talents are sought after, they are assets, not liabilities. This actually still happening in the US, as maybe can be confirmed by Prof. Bambang. America has a secret weapon, H1B. It's called H1B. Without it, the scientific establishment would collapse, by Michio Kaku, a physicist in America. What is the H1B, the secret weapon of America? It's a visa. It's a genius visa. They attract talents from all over the world to America to build America. You know, the engineers in Microsoft, Google, they are Indians. They are Chinese. Maybe less than 50 is white people. So engineers they attract talents. Okay. China AI challenge strategy. Okay. In China, they attract talents by specialist visa and permanent residency. So they know that talents are very, very precious. In Europe, universities openly advertise position. Researchers can freely move between institutions. Behind their infrastructure, energy, and mobility successes lies a simple principles. First, talent is mobile. Talent is valuable. Talent is empowered. Researchers can negotiate. Institutions can hire competitively. Engineering teams assemble where they are needed. This allows countries to create elite clusters of engineering excellence. The engines behind their innovation ecosystem. Operation Paperclip, US dominance in aerospace and energy system, H-1B visa, Silicon Valley, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and renewable tech. You know the CEO of Microsoft? Who is it? Satya Nadella? Isn't it? Indian. Or was it Google? Google also Indian. I forgot which one is which. And NVIDIA, Chinese. Amazing. Lesson. Engineering strengths is not a natural, it's not natural, it is constructed to deliberate talent strategies. Indonesia missed opportunities. Forget about attracting overseas talents. Even forget about attracting its diaspora talents to come home, like Pak Bambang. It can even meaningfully assemble local talents for national strategic research. Indonesia, your country. But why? We have to see the current employment system for mass lecturers and researchers in Indonesia. Once you become a lecturer in an institution, you practically stay there for life. Moving to other institution is almost impossible, especially if you are an ISN. When it does occur, it oftentimes becomes a bureaucratic nightmare. Promotion are decided enlarged by the state, not by the institution you are in, and actually this has consequences. Okay, the current system prevents forming elite engineering research cluster which are necessary for major infrastructure projects. Young PhD engineers become trapped in mismatched institutions, unable to contribute to national needs, and we lost our most promising minds to countries with better mobility and incentives. This create engineering capacity gap. The repercussion here can be devastating. In general, talents do not have strong bargaining power in the face of institution they are in. And if you are bright, you're still there, your competence is mostly wasted. The nation which sponsored your study cannot make the full use of your acquired skill. You want to move, actually you can move, but to Malaysia probably, or Singapore, or Australia, Pak Bambang. Yeah. Diaspora professor and researchers cannot easily join most institutions in Indonesia due to bureaucracy. They probably will choose Malaysia or Singapore, at least it's close at home, or Australia again. In general, institutions do not have the incentive to give decent facilities for the best brains. Despite their good intention, institution has the mentality of don't ask for more. You cannot go anywhere anyway, and institution assign irrelevant tasks. Lecturers are producing mediocre publications, since the game demands quantity more than the quality. Becoming performing and cannot recruit the best talents and bright young people not interested in pursuing career in research and teaching. This is very bad situation. So the bright people, they are reluctant to join the university system because of this messy thing. Unlike in Australia and okay. The government cannot attract and assemble the best talents for the nation more serious research endeavor. The solution: instead of control, empower the talents and implement best practice from abroad. This is the mentality. Since the waktu is habis, so I need to, okay, rules that sit well, set target intuition, and then actually professionals that have bargaining power. Government mindset and the system and the overall game. So in Australia, maybe can be confirmed by Pak Bambang, people can move freely from CSIRO to Oxford, to Melbourne, to here and there, and reaching everything. It doesn't happen in Indonesia. Okay, some best practice, lecturer and researcher are truly professionals. And all what I said here actually common in professional work. I mean, if you are doctors in rumah sakit, in a hospital here, and you are performing surgery, and then you are sought after, actually you can go very high money with maybe 100 million rupiah per month is quite common. So you can move here and there. You have bargaining power. This is what we want for our talent resources. The key principle: empower talent, do not constrain it, decentralize decisions, let institute compete for research engineering talent, government set national engineering priorities, not micro rules. Okay, so this is what we propose, and this is what is common in system outside Indonesia. For all these years, only Indonesia have this weird talent management system, and no wonder you find the poor performance. You have the positive feedback system where institution employees, and it will motivate the lecturer, it will motivate the institution owner, and attract bright young men to join. Okay, the SDG 9 cannot be achieved without SDG 4, 8, and 16. Quality education, and decent work, and peace, justice, and strong institution. This is what we call sustainable excellence. We need to talk more about logistics. In recent years, we talk strategy. We now need to talk logistics. Strategy is this: Indonesia wants world-class sustainable infrastructure and mobility. The logistic is, to get there, we need a talent system that allows engineers to assemble where they are needed. Not only engineers, but also researchers and lecturers. These are the key takeaways. And people build the future. You don't build sustainable cities by policy alone. You build people, engineers, researchers, and innovators, and they build the city. If Indonesia wants to engineer sustainable infrastructure, energy, and mobility, talent is the most valuable national resource we have. Concrete and steel do not build the future. Engineers do. And engineers thrive in systems that trust and empower them. Thank you.
Big applause to Pak Fajar. Thank you very much for your insight for us to enhance the productivity of Indonesian researcher. Ladies and gentlemen, and for my beloved students who attend this conference here, my pretty students, my handsome students, Soleh and Solihah students. If you have any question for our keynote speaker, please raise your hand. Once again, let me remind you that we will choose 3 best questions and announce it at the end of panel session. So, okay, I think one of the attendants already raised hand. Please, for the committee, pass the microphone for him, because first questions and second question. Second question for the guests, for the audience, for my beloved students who are Solih and Solihah. You can raise your, you may be in the next round, those three. Okay, thank you. Okay, please introduce yourself and then.
My name is Ganidian Alvarenga. I'm from study program Civil Engineering. I have a question for Mr. Fajar. How to get better research productivity in University Muhammadiyah Surakarta as a student?
How to get the better productivity as students in this university? That's the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the next.
Check.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Abid Adianandi. Just call me Abid. I'm from the Industrial Engineering Program, class of 25. My ex Mr. Bambang. Many infrastructure project in developing countries fail not because of poor engineering design, but because of corruption and poor governance. Does modern project management methodology actually offer tools to combat corruption, or is it helpless against political interference? I apologize in advance if my question is a bit off topic. Thank you.
So I think he asked about the entry QEA. Yeah, does it works or not in this developing country due to the corruption? Okay, next the next question. Please introduce yourself first.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Djazman Excellent. I am from Civil Engineering Universitas Muhammadiyah, Yogyakarta. I have two questions. First, so what is the crucial factor that make a project management will success? What the crucial factor? Okay. And for Prof. Fajar, so what is the basic why our is very bad compare the China, compare the US, compare the India. What is the basic problem for your opinion? Okay, we check two questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let me summarize the question. So Pak Bambang have two questions. One from Muhammad Hafid from Industrial Engineering. Does the QEA works for the developing country due to the corruption? And then from a person or student from civil, maybe lecturer from Civil Engineering Universitas Muhammadiyah, Yogyakarta. What is the crucial factor for the success of the project? Please, Pak Bambang, maybe you want to answer one by one or both in once.
Thank you. First, I think I will acknowledge the proficiency, the English language. So it looks like the students command the English very well. Two very good and very tough questions to answer. Yeah, I think in the first one, yeah, I ran very quickly the last few slides. Yeah, one of the things that we identify in our current project, for example, is to be successful in delivering the project, yeah, during the front-end planning, is to establishing what they call it the standards and open governance protocol. Yeah, so having the anti-corruption measures. Yeah, what is the anti-corruption measures that you want to have, and then the transparencies of the projects. Yeah, so I think if it is public sectors or donor projects, we should have access to information about the project. Yeah, how much it costs and so on, what the project is about. Yeah, so as a public, we can then ask, yeah, our concern and so on. Yeah. So as the accountability of any funding that being used on the projects, yeah, it is probably kind of like a general secret that project in Indonesia is probably part of them is just going up on smokes because it's being taken up by someone, yeah. But I think if there is some transparency, yeah. Especially public sector project. In private sectors, it's also the same, almost similar. There's also corruptions, yeah, but they're money, so we don't really. But it's public sectors. I think we should probably have policies or regulations about the transparency and accessibility to project informations, yeah, including, well, I mean, it's probably detailed cost estimate, yeah. When the project started, yeah, not at the beginning, yeah, when before they do a tendering, for example. So we know that, okay, every single project, every single money is spent properly, yeah. The second question is about the critical factors. Wow, that's also tough, yeah. But I think it's going back, first is the project really the right project or not? Yeah. Sometimes we just do a project. I'm very sorry if I have to say from him and the previous, for example, government saying work. Yeah. In infrastructure project, you cannot do that. Or in project, you cannot do that. Yeah. You cannot just change everything every day. You have to plan. Yeah. Because we need to ensure that are we gonna solve the right problem. Yeah. If the problem is about traffic jam, it is about mobilities improvements, or it's about capacities improvement. Yeah. So that need to be analyzed. So the early part is very important. Yeah. So then we can have, yeah, a good understanding about the scope of the project. Yeah. So that two things, yeah, means really need analysis. Yeah, and then defining scope properly. Yeah, scope meaning what should be included of that, what is not included. Yeah, other things probably, yeah, will support that. So that two things probably is very important for me at least.
Thank you. So think before action. Before, whenever we act, we need money. Okay, thank you. For Pak Fajar, you also have two questions. First question is from the student from Civil Engineering. Yeah, I forgot your name. I'm sorry. How to get better research productivity in this university, OMS, as students? As you mentioned before that, I think it's only, I mean, like you mentioned that lecturer have some obstacles in enhancing the productivity in research, but I think the student also feels the same way. Right. And the second question is from a student from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Compared to China and US, what do you think the cause of Indonesian decreased research productivity? I think, is that true? Oh, basic problem. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that last question was very tough. Should be answered by the president, not me. Okay, but okay, we'll brainstorm this. Okay, okay, better productivity as a students in research particularly, is that correct? Research and in everything else probably, yeah. Okay, okay. In general, students simply they need to study, they need to obey the lecturer, and this is very, very important. If you don't understand something, ask. Do ask. I teach at one of the programs, and I teach algorithms using Python. The sad thing is that they do not understand and they do not ask. This is fatal, okay? You remind yourself, you are here by the sponsor of your parents. Your parents pay you to get skill, to get the skill and get skilled, okay? So you need to acquire skill, that's what I mean. And to do that, you need to learn and then to ask the lecturer, okay? If you don't understand something. If you follow that simple principle, actually you go quite far. You go already far, beyond more than your friends, probably. More than maybe 60% or 70% of your friends. What's that? You follow the lecture, you don't understand, you ask. And also, I noticed that in Muhammadiyah Surakarta, you do not collect previous exam, but actually do collect all previous exams from previous year, do together with your groups. That will make you ahead, maybe more than 90% of your peers. Okay. About research part. Research parts, I imagine you are like a last year students or second last year student. Okay. If you want to do research, probably you want to be like the lab assistant, the research assistant of a lecturer. So what one thing comes in my mind is that you get to proactive. Okay. For example, I have my students, he and she actually are interested in FPGA. This is like electro things. Okay. They're interested and they ask, can we do this? Can we do this? Oh, please do. Get curious, read papers and do your research under the supervision of your lecturer. Okay. This seems random, but if you follow the principles, I imagine if you ask this question, you're already doing the first two part. Study well, ask if you don't understand. But this applies also to your friends that are here. One way to excel, to get skill, is that you do all what the lecturer assigned to you. And if you don't understand, even a little bit, ask. Lecturers, they love to be asked. They senang ya ditanya itu ya. How about this one? How about if I put this variable here and there? They will more than happy to answer you. So if you ask, this one of my principle as well. In the class, if you ask, you are not only helping yourself, but you are also helping your friend. And your friend will say, thank God he asked. Untung ada yang tanya itu. Jadi, so if you have any question, please ask in the class. I hope that clears. Okay? Okay. That is for one, and the next one is the basic problem. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So in government, there are resources, right? There are government, being president or being minister, menteri, is about allocating resources. You have limited resources, and you put these resources here and there. So what I see is that Indonesia, their willingness to improve, their willingness to put some resources, more resources here and there, and to change the bureaucracy is very slow, very reluctant, and actually we can do something about it as a people, okay, as rakyat, okay. We can do things like this, seminar, and we write in Facebook, we write in newspapers, and do brainstorming with the local communities. Do all of that, and inshallah there will be someone good in DPR, in the Kementerian that hurts you, and it will change. Okay, so the thing is, you see who manage the resources, and see how they manage it. Okay, so the willingness and the seriousness of the government to solve the problem. Apakah rakyat ada salahnya? Ada, yaitu salah milih pemimpin.
Thank you very much for both keynote speakers' comments. I think one tip is the solution is practice to say no for everything that does not benefit us. Yeah, Pak someone. Okay. Due to the very tight time, I think it's a very lucky day for 3 of audience that just asked the questions. Please come here. We will give you the souvenir. Please join us in the stage, and the keynote speaker will pass the souvenir for you.
All right, congratulations for participants. Give souvenir from the committee today. Give applause to them. All right, once again, congratulations to all participants. Give souvenir to the photo session and take the picture. All right, enough. Thank you so much, and please back to your seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our keynote speaker session, and on behalf of ICETIA organizing committee, we extend our sincere appreciation to Pak Bambang and Pak Fajar for their outstanding contributions, and I will give this microphone to Mas Asar. Thank you for all your participations. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ms. Kay, and to speakers. Let us give a warm applause to the first panel discussion, and we extend our sincere gratitude to the speakers and the moderator. Thank you so much.
The momentum continues in the mid-morning with panel session 2 from 10:35 to 11:30. Our estimate speakers for the session is Professor Sami Alferik from University of Petroleum and Minerals. Professor Sami will share his insight from 10:35 to 11 a.m. and a Q&A session from 11 to 11:15, providing a final opportunity for participants to engage with our speakers. Mr. Eko Setiawan, PhD, will be the moderator for the sessions. And I will read for Mr. Eko Setiawan, Curriculum Vitae, Education, PhD in Business and Economic, Loughborough University, United Kingdom. Master and Bachelor degree in Industrial Engineering, 10 November, Institute of Technology, Indonesia. Academic positions from December 2020 until now, Associate Professor in Industrial Engineering Department, Engineering Faculty, Muhammadiyah University of Surakarta, Indonesia. Selected journal papers, first, at 2024, journal title, Optimizing Household Solid Waste Collection Facility in Autonomous Regions of Developing Countries, a case study on Karanganyar Regency, Indonesia, Forum Geography. Second, in 2024, with journal title Disaster Mitigation Strategies Based on Risk Matrix and House of Risk, HOR, page 2, Jurnal Pengelolaan Sumber Daya Alam dan Lingkungan. 3. In 2023, with journal title Improving the Effectiveness of Disaster Mitigation in Wonogiri Regency, Indonesia, using House of Risk Method, Indonesian Journal of Geography. 4th, in 2022, with journal title Pre-Positioning of Flu Disaster Relief Distribution Center in Surakarta City, Indonesia, using piezoelectric method in Indonesia, Jurnal Pembangunan Wilayah dan Kota. Research experience, first, food security-oriented flood risk mitigation strategy for affected farmers in the Central Bengawan Solo River Basin area in Indonesia, a research grant from the Directorate General of Higher Education, Minister of Research and Technology and Higher Education, the Government of Republic Indonesia, 2024. Second, site positioning of waste management site in Subosukawonostraten area in Indonesia, a research grant from Directorate General of Higher Education, Minister of Research and Technology and Higher Education, the Government of Republic of Indonesia, 2017. Research areas of interest, disaster logistics, operations, research and its applications, location and allocations problems, multiple criteria, decisions making under uncertainty. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Eko Setiawan, PhD.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants and honorary guests, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning, menjelang siang. And thank you to Mr. Nasar Akbar and Ms. Mentari Maharani. So it is my pleasure to introduce our plenary speaker who is joining online, and he is already in the Zoom meeting, Professor Sami L. Ferik. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Ferik. He is Director of the Interdisciplinary Research Center for Smart Mobility and Logistics, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals, Saudi Arabia. Today, Professor L. Ferik will present his paper titled The AI Takeover, Urban Mobility Transformed by Control and Sensing Innovations. Before we proceed, please allow me to present to you his brief CV. Not a brief one, actually, because this is a document containing 22 pages. So, okay, let me briefly present some of them. Professor Sami L. Ferik got his PhD from École Polytechnique, University of Montreal, Canada in 1996, And he has a long journey regarding employment history as well as industrial experience, spanning from 1991 till now. So maybe most of you who comes on site or in person has not been born yet, right? 1991. Regarding publications, I couldn't read all of them for you because it will be time consuming, because he has published 81 scientific papers in various reputable journals, as well as having 21 patents granted. Again, spanning from 1991 until now. Regarding the research interest, Professor Elferic has area of specialization on control and instrumentation, design optimization, load management, and still many more areas. More. Research interests of him are in containment and control of multi-agent systems, and then DDS-based publish and subscribe control of heterogeneous system, detection and identification of failure using AI or MI, and many more. And in addition, Professor Sami Elferic served as associate editor for the Arabian Journal of Science and Engineering from 2015 till 2018. He also served as a reviewer for 6 different scientific journals, namely papers for IE transactions, papers IEEE access, and many more for more scientific journals. So, ladies and gentlemen, regarding this second part of the plenary session, we will listen to what Professor Elferic present, and then it is followed by questions and answer session. With that, please join me in welcoming Professor Sami Elferic. Professor Elferic, Assalamualaikum. Do you hear my voice?
Yes, clear.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Elferic. For the next 35 minutes, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate being with you here today, even virtually. I wished I would be there in person, but unfortunately I was not able to come. First of all, I would like to correct, in 1991, I was not born either. No, I'm joking, but are you all hearing me there? Hello?
Yes, Professor. Yep.
You are hearing me?
Yeah, it is loud and clear. Please proceed.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
So in 1991, in fact, I started my master's degree. I got my PhD in 1996 at the end of that. So, but you are still not born. Many of those who are there. This is life. So today, I have the pleasure to, in fact, present for you some ideas. It's not really not a journal paper. So I'm going to talk about a little bit AI and how the AI is taking over, especially in mobility and logistics. So should I share my screen or somebody?
Someone will share it for you. Just a minute, please.
So what I'm talking about today is the AI takeover. As you may all hear every day, there are a lot of what we call fear-mongering audience who always try to make sure that people are scared from AI. So today I'm going to talk about AI in mobility and logistics. All right, so currently I'm a professor in control instrumentation at King Fahd University, Petroleum and Minerals. And my keynote is going to talk about the AI takeover, urban mobility transformed by control and sensing innovation. So what I'm going to talk about, if you can go to the next slide. Do I have the control of the slide? I don't.
Unfortunately, there is no device for you, Prof. Okay, let me, yeah.
Okay. So the fear from AI did not start now. It started a long time ago. We usually show robots with red eyes and robots that can be harmful for a human. And if we don't do this, we can show, and please go to the next slide. We can show AI forcing us to take decisions that probably forced on us. We don't have the choice. They are basically making the cognitive analysis and the decision on the situational awareness, and we have to follow whatever the AI will put for us. And if they are really very, very not to move, and our health will be completely impacted. So this is not the AI that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the positive side of AI and how AI can take over in many aspects of mobility and logistics. And since the previous panel discussion talked about the important thing is to be able to frame the problem and pose it correctly, I will start by putting the problem and frame it in the condition for mobility and logistics. So next slide, please. So this is a photo of Riyadh. This is not really the biggest traffic jam in Riyadh, and I really appreciate the previous panel discussion because they talked about traffic jam. But what you can see here is just an image of what can happen at a particular area of Riyadh. But there is an online monitoring system, a company called TomTom, that monitors exactly the traffic light, the traffic jam. And if you go to the next slide, we can see some statistics at a certain particular area. So for example, here what you can see is all the traffic roads that we have in Riyadh, and all what is in red is roads that are suffering from traffic jam. So you can see the statistics, for example, in the left down corner, it says here the travel time per 10 kilometer is 19 minutes and 10 seconds. So in order for somebody to go 60 kilometers, it will take him around 1 hour. So 71% of the roads are congestion, and then you can look to the speed is 31.3 kilometers per hour. The total traffic jam represents 129.4 kilometers, and they count for 140 traffic jam at different places. So this is, in fact, I took it at a time probably around this time. Now in Saudi Arabia now it's 7 a.m. So maybe around this time, this is how the traffic looks like. But having this type of statistics that describe the traffic jam and the impact on time and in terms of travel distance for drivers does not include the carbon emission of all these cars that are jammed in all this traffic of 129.4 kilometers. If you can go to the next slide. Is the slide changing? Because I have, yeah, okay, exactly. So in certain cases you have the traffic jam and you have a high value mobility agent, if you want, that is trapped in the traffic. For example, if you look to this ambulance here, this ambulance could be in an emergency case. There should be probably a patient, a human there, but they are not able to move and they are not able to bring him the right attention that's due to him due to the traffic jam that you see here. There is no way this traffic can be cleared in order to allow this ambulance to move. And in certain cases, if traffic is really good, there are no indications, we can go to the next slide, for drivers to be careful. And then this can result in traffic accident, probably loss of life or injuries or a human impact. Next slide, please. So what we are trying to do, next slide. We are trying to look to the situation and we are saying we would like to reduce the CO2 emission, which is projected to be around 9.5 billion metric tons. We would like the passengers and we would like to make sure that most of the population who are reside in urban areas, they can have a good way of life. Good way of life means not too much time spent in traffic jams, safe driving, less emission, and also improve the walkability of the city, make sure that the city can handle a possibility of different modes of transportation and not necessarily driving a car. Next, please. So we with AI would like to solve this type of issues. Traffic congestions, environmental impact, and in addition to environmental impact, we would like to increase accessibility of mobility. So people with different capabilities can have the access to mobility. Next, please. Next slides. Yeah. So we believe that the future of mobility is driven by AI, automation, and intelligent infrastructure. We would like to reduce congestion. We would like to improve the environment and the quality of life, increase the accessibility for mobility, for different users. So one of the solutions, this is not only the only solution, but one of the solutions could be to include AI-based navigation, coordinate between cars, we call this swarm intelligence, and also create new mobility modes. New mobility modes, not only the car, micro-mobility could be available, walking could be possible. We would like to be able to control the signs, the traffic signals, maybe put kind of, not maybe because it's already implemented, but we can put some economic barriers in using certain roads at a particular time. We can also encourage people to let go of their cars and their systems at least one day per week, for example, in order to reduce the congestion. Next, please. So this is how we look at it. First of all, we would like to have an AI-powered traffic flow optimization and congestion reduction. We would like to use machine learning models predicting and managing demand, so we are able to predict and direct the flow whenever the flow or we are planning or we are predicting that there is a congestion that may happen. We would like to have real-time analytics to enhance urban transportation network, and we would like also to have an AI-driven public transport scheduling for efficiency and for encouraging people to use this kind of transportation and carpooling. In most of these three first elements that I just mentioned here, yesterday I was in an expo in Riyadh, and there are many companies who are presenting technologies that can help in this direction of AI-powered traffic flow or machine learning models. They are putting sensors on the roads, cameras, radars, constructing 3D models. They are putting automatic tariffs and systems that can charge directly the drivers whenever they go through a particular area. So the technology is building up and then it's being deployed. In Riyadh, we have deployed it in certain traffic lights. In New York, it's already there. In Singapore, and many other places in the world, I don't really know them all. But there are several places where this kind of technologies is already in place. Not as efficient as we want. There are still a lot of improvement that can be brought to these. We can still develop more efficient algorithms, more kind of adaptable type of decision making in AI. We can also have more in terms of communication, vehicle to X or vehicle to infrastructure that can be improved in terms of communication and decision making. Next, please. So, AI traffic management, as I said, AI-powered traffic signals adapting in real time, so based on what is happening on the road. Right now, we have in many places a policeman sitting there and looking to how many cars are piling up in a particular intersection, and then he controls the duration of the green light for this particular artery. We can look further to allow vehicles to connect to each other. So we connect vehicles network, enhancing road safety. So the vehicles will communicate to another vehicle. It will tell them there is a traffic jam ahead, there is construction, you need to slow down. Decision will be taken by the vehicle itself to slow down, to keep a distance from other vehicles, so we can have kind of condition where the like a leader forward type of cars, where there is a specific decision that has to be observed between the cars. We can also build digital twins to simulate. So the traffic optimization is very important. It can be done at. So the traffic optimization is very important. It can be done at in real time. We can use it to manage the traffic, but we can also give priority to certain type of mode of mobility. For example, for ambulances or public transportation. So the traffic light can be controlled or can be communicating with the vehicle, and they can, using this kind of connection in order for us to basically allow the vehicles to move from one place to another as easy as possible. Next, please. We can also have AI helping us monitoring the roads, monitoring the quality of the roads. If there is any issue with the roads that can impact the mobility or can in the long term impact the accessibility to this particular road. This is one of the projects that we are doing in the center, and this is developed with the local company here, how to use AI to monitor this, the quality of the road, detecting potholes, and not only detecting them, but we are able to build kind of a 3D model of these potholes and evaluate their impact on safety. We are able also to locate them where they are exactly on a map, on a GIS environment. The company is called Miski Global. Next, please. I think I'm taking a lot of time in the presentation, but I'll try to be fast. We can build simulators, and this is another project that we are doing here in the center. We are looking to different mobility modes, either in public transportation or using private mobility or micro mobility, predicting the number of users that has to be in using a particular service, or the traffic jams that may happen at a particular area. You can go next, please. So the digital twin that we are proposing and the mobility, it's also an active area of research, how to integrate AI early on in the city planning. So if we have a particular area that we are developing right now, can we take advantage of generative AI and predictive models to be able to plan the city from before construction? So we are working with a company called Roshan here in Saudi Arabia, and we are doing exactly that. So we are looking to plans, looking to using this AI, and then evaluating the mobility within a particular city, and building using the digital twin in order to predict what is going to happen there. Next, please. Yep. So one of the predictions that we can do is to detect what we call hotspots. So basically we see what are the conflicting zones in a particular area and make sure that proper signals or proper management is done at these particular areas. Next, please. This is an example of intersection and digital twin. So this work is done with a company called Tanggal here. We are basically building the 3D model of a particular place. And from this 3D model, we are able to monitor the traffic real time and see the state of the traffic and the type of traffic that is going out in a particular intersection or a particular area. See. The example that I'm showing you here is in a German city. And this is one of the digital application or digital model application in the mobility. Next, please. Now, most of the traffic or the traffic mobility mode that we are trying to consider should be able to use clean energy. So we are looking to integrating energy with mobility, so energy management. We are looking also to predictive maintenance in terms of vehicle and roads, and also in terms of emission and monitoring, in order to create a sustainable transportation. Next. Please let me know when I should start. Thank you. So in terms of energy management, integrating of renewable energy, reducing emissions in urban population. We would like also to increase what we call green transportation solutions. Last time I visited the company in Korea, they are just producing a green hydrogen with a good volume that can make the price of hydrogen accessible and the cost of ownership accessible to private users. So we are able to increase green solutions. Next, please. Solar panels can be used in close to roads. So this can help us also regenerate power and provide the clean power for mobility. Of course, here there is an important aspect. We don't want to solve a problem by creating another one. So there is two issues with solar panels. One is the visual pollution. So we need to make sure that the solar panels integrates well and then they don't create visual pollution. And the second thing, we would like to look to recyclability of the solar panel. This is one of the big issues, how to recycle this particular material. Next, please. In the city planning also, we can look to how to plan more greenery and green areas, how to make what we call the 15 minutes city, the accessibility of different services within a particular area within 15 minutes, provide what we call walkability modes, so people can use micromobility and move from one place to another, cars from the public transportation. And we can integrate all these with sensing and data analytics. So we are able to see the capacity, the population in a particular area, the increase. Do we allow, for example, expansion of the area, or should we create other services in different areas so to distribute better the population? Next, please. So the AI and vehicle routing, this is another issue. So this is particularly to the vehicle itself. So we are talking about how can we optimize routing, how can we make it dynamic, so we are quickly adaptable to any situation that may happen. We would like also to use predictive analytics, so we can see the demand and forecast for a particular traffic areas, especially during big events. We would like to integrate weather conditions, adaptability, reduce cost, increase sustainability, and then increase also reinforcement learning, for example, using virtual reality, for example, platforms, and improve what we call AI-powered last mile delivery for logistics. Next slide. When we come to the navigation, we talk about different issues. So we are talking about decision making for autonomous driving. And what we need to do is to also make sure that this AI that we are implementing is increasing the trust of the user in the machine. So we need to make sure that the AI is adaptable. It gives a good experience to the user. It's trustable, so we can trust the decision. And it's explainable. So the user can understand exactly why the decision was taken. We are very away from this up to now. There are some decisions that are taken by the car that we cannot understand and causing a little bit of problems like different accidents, going to a particular restaurant or in a particular place, running away from police. So we would like the AI to be ethical. So there are some data that cannot be shared or cannot be used. So there are a lot of issues that can be developed around this. We talk, just last slide, we are talking about sensor fusion, using different sensors, different computer vision, and also how to coordinate all these systems. I stop here because the time is over. I will be ready to receive your questions if you have any questions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Ferik. Please give big applause for him. Yeah, thank you. So we have now come to the questions and answer session, Prof. Ferik. Again, thank you very much for the insightful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, as before, for on-site participants, we have to give for the first two questions. Yeah, so please be active. Okay, any questions? Yeah. Is it okay if there are the first two questions first, Professor Ferik?
Sure, please. Yeah.
Okay. Please pass on the microphone to please give a brief introductory, please. Your name and where are you from, and then the questions. Thank you.
Hello, this is Noman. My name is Mohammad Noman. And I want to ask a very basic question, but it's still conundrum to ask. So the question is, what do you feel about, what is your opinion and perspective regarding AI optimization and reliability? Like for the case, according to specifically for the automation and mobility, do you feel what is the merit and demerits according to, what is your take on it? What is the demerits of AI, and can it be possible that we can rely on these AI modulation for this kind of perspective or not? Am I able to convey my message?
So if I understand clearly your question, you are asking about the reliability of AI and can we trust it?
First, I want to ask, like, what are the merits and demerits according to your perspective? Like, do we have to rely on AI for the future development and specifically for mobility, like in automation? Can we rely, like for the accident vulnerabilities, can we still rely on AI modulation for the future and in present right now or not?
In the present right now, AI is not reliable in terms of accident. We have seen Tesla, for example, autonomous cars getting into a restaurant full of people in terms of accident. They can run from police. But what I'm saying, in the future, the AI will be much better, and it will happen. What we want a human and AI to work together. So basically, a human can take advantage of the capability of the AI in analyzing data and extracting intelligence. And we would like the AI to take advantage of the intelligence of a human to be able to build a good decision. We call this a human AI teaming or a human machine teaming. But we are not there yet. So right now we are using AI as a tool. We are bombarding AI with a lot of data sets that may not be inclusive of all the situations, but we are allowing the AI also to judge. So basically, what we can see at this stage, there are some weaknesses, but these weaknesses will be reduced in the future. As we work, develop, it will be better.
So the thing to ponder over here is all about, like, for AI, for example, for the website development, we have so many AIs to make website development, to develop the website. But this website for AI, it can be more patent, like it can source the code from another site and can plagiarize. So do you think it is the most conundrum thing, like to ponder on it and for the reliability of AI in future? And is there any further development in AI that can enhance this probability to get rid of this plagiarism?
I think they started already. We started already putting some kind of barriers on AI. So, for example, some tools, they will allow you to use some data that are available in public, and then we don't need permission or license to use it. They will not give you also some data that are private and they are public. So we are able to improve the AI from this direction. But we are not there yet. For example, creating a website using AI could give you a very bad result. It's not necessarily the result that you want. For example, sometimes I use ChatGPT or I use any other device to create an image or to create something that represents a particular text or visualization. And you should not say that, but I get in fight with the ChatGPT and I will tell him, you are stupid, you don't know what you are doing, and then the ChatGPT will apologize, what you want me to do, I can improve it. So I give him more details and then he can iterate. So we say here about ChatGPT, but it's a tool. But we can communicate and he can improve. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Brother Muhammad. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Okay, the next question, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, Professor. Good afternoon. My name is Rizal. I'm from Teknik Manufaktur Bandung, actually lecturer and participant for the ICETIA 2025. My question is, maybe I will ask prerequisite question, sir. I hope you, have you ever visited the developing country, sir, Prof? Developing country. Yeah, because actually my question is about that, about how can we apply this technology like automated vehicle and AI traffic if there is some problem, like a specific problem about the culture, because the developing country have a problem that there is a culture, there are the culture that the developing country cannot. It's hard for them to follow the rules. Like a lot of driver, breaking the rules, and you know, the government is just let them go. So how we can apply this technology if there is some specific problem, something like thank you.
This is an excellent question. I think each country has priorities. I personally come from Tunisia, so it's considered part of the countries that are under development. I understand what you are saying. There are some areas where no matter what AI you can put there, the traffic is always going to be messy.
Yeah, sure.
But what I can say is that it's all comes back to how the government is strong enough to impose the discipline. AI can help manage traffic light, can help manage ticketing these or fining these people who are not respecting the traffic, and the government can at the end of the day make a lot of money out of it, basically. So it's a kind of putting the priorities and taking people step by step, and people must they probably will resist at the beginning, as any other thing that we have done before, especially in automation. But as we impose this kind of behavior and this kind of consequence to any infractions of the traffic code, people will follow. And then things will be better.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Pak Rizal. Any more questions, please? Maybe one or two more questions from the audience. For those joining us online, it is also possible to deliver a question by opening the microphone, please. Okay, while waiting for the next question, Professor Elferic, it is one question from me. So when I read the title of your presentation, the AI takeover, it sounds scary to me. Yeah. So are there any optimism for us regarding this AI emergence? I mean, it is for your information that more than half of the participants are born after 2000. After 2000, which means that they are at the very early stage of its life, his or her life. So I think the audience need optimism.
Yeah. No, in fact, I try to be optimistic in the title. In fact, what I'm trying to say is that the AI takeover does not have to be negative. So it does not have to be pessimistic. The media and the movie makers made the AI takeover sounds pessimistic, but in the presentation I tried to make it optimistic in the sense that the AI can make us live better. It can help us be safe. It can help us have a good quality of life. And it's not as scary as it should. Is there any ways to improve the AI in terms of explainability, adaptability, ethics? Yes, but it's not a bad thing. This is the message that I'm trying to say. But I'm using the word AI takeover to show that the AI takeover has not necessarily pessimistic side, but it has also an optimistic and very positive side. There are a lot of tasks that we do right now that were really hectic. They were really time consuming, but we are doing them better with AI. We are doing them at home rather than moving to any other place. And it makes making our life much easier. For example, if I would like to go to Indonesia right now, I can use AI tools that will plan all my journey in Indonesia. They will select for me the hotel. They will tell me where I should stay with respect to the conference. They will tell me what are the public transportation available, what are the areas that I need to visit, what type of food I need to eat and test and use in Indonesia to know better the culture. And before, what we used to do, we used to read maybe some books, go there in Indonesia on place, start asking people, get lost sometimes. So there are a lot of things that AI can provide that can make our journey in this life as efficient as possible. So the AI takeover that I put here is more optimistic.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Everik. There are still a lot more things to explore and elaborate, but the Duhur prayer nearly come. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Prof. Everik. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the end of this session, and this concludes questions and answers, and mark the end of plenary session 2. Again, on behalf of the organizing committee of ICETIA RAPI 2025, I would like to express our gratitude, our thankfulness to Professor Sami Everik for the insightful and thought-provoking presentations. And we also thank all participants for your active engagement in this forum. We hope this session gives you so many things, so many insights, and we look forward to seeing you soon in the near future regarding the ICETIA and RAPI 2026, 2027, and so on. Again, thank you very much, Prof. Sami Everik, and audience.
Thank you very much.
Give a big applause for him.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for the conference.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Everik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And with that, I
Waalaikum
now
salam.
return the session to the Master of Ceremony. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Eka Setiawan, PhD. Before that, would you please to give souvenir to all the participants who asked for this session? 2 participants, all right. Please stand up and receive the souvenir from us. And would you please to Mr. Eka give them about these souvenirs. And thank you so much for Professor Sami Everik for your presentation today. All right, once again, give applause to the second panel discussion, and we extend our sincere gratitude to the speakers and the moderator. Give applause for this session.
Following panel session 2, we will break for lunch from 11:30 to 1 p.m. For keynote speakers, committee member, and presenter of the offline parallel sessions are welcome to have lunch at the designated area. Lunchtime is not just a change to deliver a meal, but also an excellent opportunity for networking and building connection with fellow participants. The afternoon session kicks off with parallel session 1 from 1 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. The segment will offer participants the chance to engage in focused discussions with smaller groups.
At 2:30 p.m., we will pause for a coffee break and prayer time, allowing participants to recharge and reflect in their own way, and continue our agenda at 3:15. As we move into the final stretch of the conference, we will continue with our parallel session 2 from 3:15 to 16:30 Similar to the parallel session 1, this segment will offer participants the chance to engage in focused discussion within smaller groups.
I encourage each and every one of you to actively participate, ask questions, and take full advantage of the wealth of knowledge and expertise present here today.
Let's make this conference a memorable and intellectually rewarding experience. Thank you for your attention and let's the discussion begin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baik, kami informasikan kembali untuk makan siang. Mohon maaf, hanya disediakan untuk author, presenter, and committee. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang lainnya bisa untuk langsung meninggalkan ruangan. Terima kasih. Dan nanti diskusi akan dilanjutkan pada pukul 1 jam 13 untuk diskusi selanjutnya.